Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to PES 2021. Yes, we're doing this again for a number of reasons, mainly because PES 2022 looks like it's not going to be a thing, so we're not going to get a chance to do a Master League. So I figured we're going to make a load of transfers, put a load of new kits in, and we're going to play this season with newly promoted Brentford, just to see how we get on, to see if we can survive and if Thomas Frank can lead his boys to Premier League survival. So as I said, we've done all the transfers up to and including the 18th of August is when we begin this series. So I was going to leave it till the end of the transfer window, but it's another 2 weeks away, and to be honest, I didn't want to wait that long, so I figured we'll just crack on with it now and see if we can pump out a few episodes. So yes, the new kits are all in thanks to a number of option files and kit creators that you can find out there. Some of the best kit creators on the go, so you can choose whichever option file you prefer. All the transfers I've done myself because I'm an incredibly sad man who seems to have nothing else to do with his day. That's it. I go to work, I come back and I make a load of transfers in PES. God, what a catch I am, ladies. Or lads, if you're into that, that's all good. We're a very encompassing community here. So yeah, a few ground rules because rules regulate the fun, and that's the important thing. We will not be doing any transfers in the opening window. We're going to work with the squad that we have. But we will be doing up a short list of players. I'm going to look at the squad and see what positions we need to strengthen, and from there we will draw up a shortlist, which is where you lovely people will get involved. You'll leave me your transfer suggestions down in the comment section down below of areas that we need to strengthen, and of course with any newly promoted side there will be massive improvement that is required, but as per usual we will be going on the basis of realism. I like to keep an element of realism to my Master League saves, as you all know if you've been around this channel for a while. So there'll be no ridiculous transfers. They will be kept within the realms of what could possibly happen in real life. I know that, sometimes some mental transfers happen, like Tammy Abraham's just gone to Roma because of reasons. So yeah, but that's once in a blue moon. So that's how the transfers are going to go. So enough blethering and yammering on. Let's get into the squad and see what areas, how we're shaping up and what areas we need to improve on. So here we are in the squad hub. Just gonna have a quick look through and have a look and see what the crack is with our squad. Now you may notice as we go through here that some of these lads have real faces, but they aren't their actual face. For example, Alvaro Fernandez and David Raya do not have their real faces, but I've just base copied a couple of lads who look, in my opinion, relatively similar enough that you could get away with it. So not everyone's gonna have a real face. Rico Henry, that's definitely not what that's not his real face at all. But it's the best we can do because I'm not playing on PC, so I can't add in a load of face packs. But looking through the squad, we definitely need another right back because we only have one. We are overrun in the centre back department, so we'll look to ship out a few of those lads on loan. A good number of central midfielders, a lot of central midfielders actually. Only one real out and out winger in Wisa. We've got Valencia there as well, he can play on the wing. Fosu Henry can play there. Mbuemo can play on the right, and so can Sergi Canos. Canos. And going through the centre forward. So there's not really many standout players. Ivan Toney, of course, would be our sort of main man. There he is. Let's just have a look through his stats. Good jumping ability on Ivan Toney. Decent finishing. But yeah, so he's going to be our main source of goals, as is Godos as well. Like everyone can do a job, I reckon, but there's definitely room for improvement. So we are going to draw up a short list. Onyeka looked really good actually against Arsenal, so he looks like a decent pickup. But we're going to go in, make a short list, and see what areas we can improve and who we can even bring in. Kablam! We have a short list drawn up, a quick short list that we've gone through of realistic targets that might come to Brentford. Quite a few free agents in here. There's a lot of relatively decent free agents that have been released from clubs this season, so I figured why not if the option is there. But the first one, we've gone for Scott Dan for experience in the back line. Don't really need another central defender, but you never know. His experience might come in relatively handy. Then we have a couple of left backs. Jetro Willems was released from Bayer Leverkusen. Where was he at? No, it was Eintracht Frankfurt is where he was at. Of course, Premier League experience with Newcastle United, so we can play at this level. As well as Brandon Williams at Manchester United, whose kit I don't have in yet because they're a licensed team, and I can't be having teams with two different sponsors because you can't change the keeper kit. That's a different thing. Brandon Williams we can get on loan, which would be a decent option at left back. Can't go wrong with that. Speaking of Manchester United, Raphael was released this summer. He is on a free transfer. For Manchester United. He could be decent for a season. We're only going to be doing this for a season, so you know, it doesn't have to be high potential wonder kids or anything. Kenny Tete, he can play at right or left back, so versatile. He was relegated with Fulham last season. Bruno Perez out of Roma, again another. It's versatility basically. I'm going forward with these options. You can play at right or left back. Bruno Perez fits that. Danny Amartey. It seems like a realistic enough kind of deal if he would come out. He's on the loan list, so we could snap him up on a loan deal for a season. And Callum Roberts out of Swansea, Welsh international, can play both right and left back. Only 73 rated, but sure, it's cover we need. We need bodies in those wing back roles. Moving into the midfield, Olivier Ntcham has been released from his contract at Celtic. Bordeaux didn't take up the option to get him, so he's currently a free agent as it stands as of day of recording. So he could be an option in the central midfield. Again, we have an abundance of central midfielders, but a lot of them are very young, quite low rated, who'd probably be heading out on loan anyway, so Ntcham would be a good option in there. Speaking of good options, Ryan Sessegnon out of Tottenham, we could get him in on loan. He is on the loan list. Wages may be a bit of an issue, but if we can get him in, and I assume he would come to Brentford for first team experience. Why the hell wouldn't he? And Jordan Ibe, again, I'm not a massive fan of Jordan Ibe, truth be told, but he's still only 26 now. But he's a free agent, having left Bournemouth. It cost him a lot of money. But again, we need bodies in those wide areas, which is another reason why we've put Amad Traore on the loan list. He's on the loan list. We could get him in, get him some first team experience. And a forward. Don't really need a forward per se, but Timothy Weah is transfer listed out of Lille, so he could be an option. A bit of international experience up front. So that is our shortlist as it stands at the minute. Not too many people on it, so let me know in the comment section down below your suggestions, that's the word I'm looking for potential winter transfers. And of course, as I say, keep it realistic, please. If you have a look at our budgets, we don't have a whole heap of cash to work with. We have just under 13 million to spend in the transfer budget and a paltry 10 grand in the salary budget, so yeah, we don't have an awful lot to work with. Now that all that preamble's out of the way, we move on to the crux of this episode. It's the first game of the season. It's going to be at home to Southampton, and of course Brentford won on their opening day trip. No, they didn't go to the Emirates. They won at home, didn't they? A 2-0 victory against Arsenal in their opening Premier League game. So we're going to have to match that if we're going to make... We're just going to have to... If we win, we'll be happy enough. But if we could match that result, then even better. Thomas Frank looks a bit bloody weathered. I apologise, but that's the closest model I could get to him. So, sorry, mate. But here we go. First game of the league season against Southampton at home. What a day for Brentford Football Club, making their debut in the Premier League. I don't know, have they been in the top? They have been in the top flight before, but it was years and years ago, I imagine. Before any of you were just a glint in the milkman's eye. That's how long ago it was. But what an experience! What an experience it must be for a Brentford fan. If you are a Brentford fan, let me know in the comment section down below, and let me know just how mental this is to you. They've been the nearly club for quite a few years now, but now they are finally in the top flight. Ivan Toney kicks us off. First season, the only season we'll be playing. Survival is the key, but let's put on a bloody show, lads, shall we? Pontus Jansson wins that in the air. Here's Romeu. His clearance is blocked and Tony is onto it. Tony looks to play it through for Sergi Canos. It's Sergi Canos. Can he? He can indeed. Sergi Canos has given Brentford the lead. Quite just like he did IRL, as the children say. Sergi Canos, just as he did against Arsenal, scores the first goal for Brentford in the Premier League. And what a calm and composed finish it was to beat the onrushing McCarthy. And the former Liverpool prospect, played through by Ivan Toney. He's onto it in a flash and slots it under between the legs of McCarthy to give Brentford the lead. It's Jack Stevens with a long ball forward. Jansson's there to cut it out, and Godos picks it up. Now he plays in Onyeka, who can run forward. Stride forward. Onyeka plays through Brian and Mbeumo. But he's the touch of a sexual predator. Needless to say, not a good one. And the chance is gone. Canos looks to play it over the top, and he does for Tony. Ivan Toney's in behind here. The angle's against him, but he's just going to hit it towards goal anyway. Too close to McCarthy, who makes a comfortable save. Big chance that to double our lead. Norgar. Oh, it's played through. Elyounoussi's in. Raya comes out, and Raya, one-on-one, denies Elyounoussi, who I can't believe is starting over Armstrong. That's a very odd decision from Ralph Hasenhüttl. Southampton do have a corner. And Ward-Prowse takes it, the set-piece expert, and it comes. It's not fully away. It comes to Gineppo, and Gineppo's gone down. And what's the ref given here? He's not pointed to the spot, I don't think. Is he going to book Is this a dive from Mr. Gineppo? It seems to be. You prick. Approaching the end of the first half, and we've looked relatively comfortable throughout this first half. We, of course, do have the 1-goal lead, which makes things even better. He's wearing the same colour shirt as you, and we're lucky that that didn't cost us anything, because the ref has blown for half-time. We go in with a, I would say, deserved lead. 1-0 at half-time through Sergi Canos. Ball forward, here's Elyounoussi, plays it through for Redmond, and Raya makes the save. Tony picks it up in his own half. He's got options, and one of them is Mbeumo, but that's an awful pass from Ivan Toney. Bloody hell. But we're going to get it back. Look to reset a bit here. Here's Canos. Now Toney, is his finishing better than his passing? Oh, you better believe it is. Ivan Toney with an impotent finish, and he scores his first Premier League goal. The former Newcastle United man, spurned by the Magpies, picked up by the Bees, and you can see why with finishes like that. McCarthy absolutely stranded. Canos returns the favour. For the first goal, it was Toney to Canos to finish, and now Canos repays the favour as he assists Ivan Toney to double our lead. Mbeumo to deliver the corner. In comes Norgard. McCarthy forced into a save from a low header from Christian Norgard. God, that really would have been the icing on the cake so far. But Southampton look to come breakaway. Che Adams, a real chance. Raya hesitates. Adams, it's going to go in off the. It's off the line from Pinnock. What the hell is going on? We have a shot blocked off the line at one end from a corner. Southampton break, and then their shot's blocked off the line. And finally goes out for a throw, but what a sequence. Higher up really well to win that header. He is massive, to be fair, so you'd have to worry if he didn't. That's Ivan. I mean, your finishing's great, but your passing is a tad questionable. Now, Nathan Redmond, Southampton looking for, if they're going to get something, they're going to have to get it. Now Shane Long, oh, why did I say that? I've just jinxed myself. And the man who never scores has scored against us. Shane Long has scored an absolute banger. And with less than 3 minutes left to play, Southampton are back in the game. Is there time for them to snatch a draw here? We've switched off quite badly there. Onyeka gets beaten. Long completely unmarked, and he just fires one past Raya. And all of a sudden, we were comfortable, and now we're in for a nervy last few minutes of this game. But Southampton come again. Gineppo. Nurgaard in to get it away. It's a terrible clearance though by Nurgaard. Romeu. And it's Shane Long on the turn again. It's easy for Raya, who's just going to hold it and let the time run, and then he's going to blast it out, and there we go. The referee blows. It was a difficult one. We made it more difficult for ourselves, but we do get the win on the opening day. Our first ever game in the Premier League, our first ever win in the Premier League. Thanks in part to that lad, Sergi Canos. There we are, lads. Absolute piece of piss, this Premier League lark. 1 game, 1 win. 6th in the league table. Do not read anything into that, because Tottenham are top, so obviously it's not a real table. Just a matter of interest. Of course Newcastle lost, why am I even looking? But we're not focusing on Newcastle, we're focusing on Brentford. Happy days. I'll take that result. Not a bother. Would have preferred the clean sheet though. And with that, we're going to end this episode on a high, because I'd rather do that than play another game and lose. Speaking of our next game, it is coincidentally against Arsenal at the Emirates. So we'll go Arsenal, then we've Coventry in the FA Cup, then West Ham. So what we're going to do is we will play the Arsenal, the Coventry and the West Ham games off camera, and then we will come back for the Chelsea game, and then we'll come back for the Everton game as well. So until then, thank you all so much for watching this opening episode of yet another PES series that will hopefully get finished, because I know what I'm like. But we're only playing 1 season, so if I can't finish that, then there's something fierce wrong. So he says, having not finished any of the saves previously. Either way, discount that, that doesn't matter. If you did enjoy this episode, do hit that like button, do hit that subscribe button, and turn the bell notification on for when we make new videos such as this. We also do a lot of video essays and in-depth little documentaries, which is our usual content. This used to be our usual content, and then we took a rapid change, but now we're back. Isn't that fun? Either way, I'm rambling again, so with that, I will leave you with our gratitudes for watching, and we'll see you as always in the next one.